Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on I guess it's a Jacobsen, but a long time ago, Kushman was like a little mini truck company out of Lincoln, Nebraska. This is a turf truckster. It's mainly used for golf. This is where it came from, as a local golf course. But evidently Jacobsen must have bought them out or something. But this thing absolutely has no brakes. And if you look I'll show you on the rear rim on the left-hand side, there's brake fluid all over the rim. So we're gonna have to jack it up, take all the wheels off. The master cylinder is totally empty of brake fluid. But here, I'll show you here. You can see on this rim down here, it's wet down there in the center. It's brake fluid. So I'm gonna jack it up, take the tires off, and see what's wrong with these brakes. And the closest dealer for me is Sioux City, Iowa. And that's like an hour and a half away. So tear this all apart, suit all I need, get the parts ordered. I don't know how long that's gonna be, and we'll finish the video when I get all the brake parts I need. So anyways, hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I took the rims off. So I thought it was like the wheel brake cylinders leaking, but it's actually the seals on the rear end were leaking. So I was gonna order new seals. And I did some research, and the reason the seals went bad is because the bearings went bad. So I ordered new bearings and new seals. These brakes are pretty much like an older drum brake pickup, like on a car or truck back in the 80s or 90s. Pretty much exactly like it. The brake shoes are in really good shape, but they're oil soaked. So I'm gonna try, when I get the seals and bearings put in, spray them shoes off really good and try it. And if that don't work, I'm gonna have to order new brake shoes. But this turf stuff is so doggone expensive. 2 seals and 2 bearings is like $200 just because it's for a golf course. Pretty crazy. But anyways, I got the parts, so let's go ahead and put them in, bleed the brakes, see if we have brakes. Okay, I got the camera set up here. Try getting the best pictures I can here. Okay, let's go ahead and pop that cotter pin out of there. But yeah, that's where all the wetness is coming from, is around that axle shaft. There we go. Now let's take that nut off. It's 1.125 inches. And we got this little washer slash spacer here. Really dirty in here. All that grease and dirt and everything. Get our wheel puller on here. Yep, slid right out of there. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but that bearing is in pieces back there. And that's probably why it tore that seal and leaking fluid. I'm gonna go underneath because it has emergency brake cable. There's a bracket that's holding that cable on the center. I'm gonna unhook that bracket. I'm gonna take off this hanger bearing assembly. That's where the seal goes, and the bearing is back behind. That way, I'm gonna try attempting to slide this whole thing off without taking the brakes apart. See if that works. And them are, looks like 1/2 inch. That seal's all wore out. There's part of the bearing that's totally out of there. So let me unhook that emergency brake cable bracket. See if we can't slide this up over the axle. That'd be way simpler. I think it's good. There we go. There, that should give us. Actually, we gotta be careful you don't pinch the brake line. And there we go. Bearing is that bearing is wore out, all right. And we're still missing the race. It's still in here. Here we go. I have it glued in there for some reason. It's almost like a mini pickup. Well, I guess it is a small version of pickup, but it's like a regular, like a Chevy or Ford truck. It's smaller. There we go. So this piece here has a seal in there. You must have to put some glue on that when we put it back together so the grease don't still come out through here. We gotta get this all nice and clean in here. Then we'll insert the new bearing and new seal. Put some sealer on that and we should be good to go. And like I said, I'm gonna soak the brakes really good in brake and carb cleaner. And they might, there's a point where there might be so much oil in them that when you step on the brake, it's not gonna stop because the oil's saturated. But we're trying to clean them up first because their shoes are in really good shape. But I won't know the stopping power until we put them back together. Make sure everything's all nice and clean in there. You don't want no dirt. Put the seals in this carriage. So I'll go pop that out, put a new seal in there, and then go grab the new bearing. Go get that new bearing put in there. This bearing's silver, but it should be gold. The price you pay for it. Gently tap it in there. It's all fluid. Throw that new seal in there. You got the new seal in there. Like it just popped out of the other one, put the new one in. I'm gonna put a light coat of sealing around this. It only goes on one way. The two top ones are wider than the two bottom ones. So. That's like retainer. Now make sure that's all nice and clean where the seal's gonna rub on and everything. I'm going to tap on this and I'm going to kind of turn it a little bit while. So don't tear that seal. Put this spacer on. We gotta line this. Where these notches are, that's where cotter key goes through. We get it snugged up, and we gotta line it up to where we can put a cotter key through there. It's like the holes right there is gonna back it off just a little bit. Not so much better. It's not even wobbling around anymore. Then we'll grab a cotter key, put that in there. Then I'm gonna start spraying these shoes for a while. I'm gonna clean the drums really good. Then we'll bleed the brakes because for some reason it has the master cylinder was no fluid in it. Just insert the cotter key. Bend the tabs over. Don't come loose. We gotta attach that holder for the emergency brake cable. But just look on the inside of that drum, all that oil. What I'm gonna do, it'll probably take an hour to do this. But I'm just gonna spray these shoes. Keep on spraying them. And when they get that oil out of there, they'll start looking more of a gray than they will be black. And when that's all clean, I'll put the drum on, and our next step is to bleed the brakes. Just for some reason on the master cylinder, there's no fluid. There's no fluid in there. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing that. When I get them all nice and clean, the drum nice and clean, I'll throw the tires on, and they'll bleed the brakes. Or just the wheel cylinder, just like on an old car or truck. The bleeder on there. I'll have my son or somebody pump up the brakes. I'm gonna loosen that bleeder thing while he's holding pressure on the brakes. You'll let the air or the fluid out, and the pedal go all the way down to the ground, and you tighten the bleeder, and it'll pump up the brakes again. I'm going to start with this one first because what I was taught is you do the farthest one first. So we'll do this one, the other rear one, then we'll do the two front ones. I'm going to keep on, you can almost tell it's starting to turn more of a grayer color. So we are getting the oil off of there. That's a plus. And like I said, and I'll probably take some fine sandpaper and scuff it up a little bit. Just a little bit. But I'll keep on doing this for a while till the pads have that charcoal gray color to them. And once we get that done, and like I said, I'll throw the tires on there. Then the next step will be to bleed the brakes. So when we get to that part of the process, we'll turn the camera back on. Okay, that side's all done, and I did the other side. The bearing was just as bad. This is the right side. You see all that black stuff there? That was that axle grease. I didn't tape this side exactly like the other side. But underneath there's a bleeder on each side. I'm gonna have Michael pump the brakes. I'm gonna show you how we do that. I'm not gonna tape it because it'll be kind of hard taping underneath. But anyways, he's gonna pump up the brake pedal, hold it down, and I'm going to open the bleeder on the brakes. And when I tighten it back up, he's going to release it, pump it back up, just like a car. Pump it back up, hold it. I'm going to keep on doing that until we have brakes. But what kind of worries me is I put fluid in here, but it was totally empty. So I filled it up. So if I can't get the bleed, maybe the master cylinder might be bad. I don't know, but we'll worry about that later. But I cleaned the front brake shoes and everything. But when I start bleeding, I'm gonna do the right rear first because that's the farthest away from the master cylinder, and I'm gonna do the left rear and come over here and do the right front and the left front. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay, we just got done bleeding the brakes and everything. There's a lot of air in there because, like I said, I don't know what happened to all that fluid that was in the master cylinder, but after we got all the air out, I started up and run it, but the doggone battery's dead. But all right, go ahead and put the brake on. How'd that go? Again, back ones work great. Let's do the front one here. All right, put the brake on. Let off. Again. So the thing has good brakes now. If you ever work on one of these turf units or golf course units, whatever, they're basically just like a miniature pickup or something. And if they like there's grease coming out of the rear end, that means your axle bearings are bad, so you have to replace them with the seals. But hope this video helps you out. Appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button. Please subscribe. Anyway, you guys have a good afternoon.